Okay, so we're gonna be doing a breakdown on what makes a good dropshipping store. So I feel like a few people have asked me like how to make a good store, what a good store looks like, and I'm just breaking down like my personal preferences on like what I look for, and I'll show you guys like my favorite sites so far. Um, yeah, just kind of what goes into it, So before we get started, I just want to say if you haven't followed the Instagram, follow the Instagram if I got like any sort of extra questions or anything, I can just hit me up there. And then if y'all don't have luxury extras or luxury tools, I would recommend it. It comes with Calidata, SimilarWeb, ChatGPT Pro, Claude, Higgsfield, literally anything that you need for ecom is in this pack. And I'll left a link in the description. So the number one thing, first off, is product, right? So when I say product, obviously, yes, you want a good product, right? That just hands down, you want a good product. And then what I mean is you want to have good product pictures, right? That's very, very important. Product pictures, you want pictures that don't look like AI, right? Because obviously everybody's using AI to make their pictures, right? But you want pictures that genuinely look real, right? You should be able to look at the picture and not, understand if it's real or AI. You feel me? So you want good product pictures. Not in AI looking, right? Second thing, so first off, I say we're on the site, right? So this is the product. All right, we'll just put P, right? So when you first go on your site, this is gonna be your product right here. And right under this is social proof, right? So we'll make this like rectangle. All right, we'll do SP, right? So right under it is social proof. And for me, what I use for social proof, I like to use videos of the product rather than pictures because videos are just more interactive. Like somebody sees a real person doing it or using the product, just the product in hand, anything like that. It just builds more trust with the customer because it's a real person. It's easy to make AI pictures. Obviously you can't make AI videos too, but if you can get a real video of somebody using your product and put it under your product page, not your product, but like under your product images, that's going to just help build that social proof on your site, right? So obviously, I'll like do like a little breakdown, whatever, show you guys what it looks like actually in person, but we'll get to that, right? Then under that, you want to go benefits, right? We'll just go square. Actually, we'll do it like this because this is how I do my benefits. I like to do image or a video and then with the words. Right. I don't know, like I use Shrine Theme a lot. So, you can just use image with text and it literally just, have an image or video there and then put whatever words you want to, correlate to that video. And the reason why you want to do this is just because people, they buy solutions, not really products, right? Some people buy products, but most people, when they're going to their, they're going to shop and stuff like that, they're looking for a solution to a problem that they have. Most of the time you're dropshipping, you're selling solutions. That's the easiest way, unless you're trying to sell some kind of, some kind of gimmicky product or something like that. You want to sell a solution to a set problem, right? That's why it's important to do benefits. I have one benefit right here, but sometimes I did this on a couple of stores. I would go 3 benefits. Yeah, so it'll look like this, right? So, right. With Shrine Theme, you're able to put an image and then text. So, I do one to the left and then we'll do like one to the right and then scribble. Something like this, right? If you can kind of get, the gist right, I'll do like 2. You feel me? I don't know. But that's what I like to do, right? And then after I put some more benefits, I like to double down with more social proof. But this social proof is different, right? So the first one under the actual product image, that's going to be like your videos for your product, somebody using your product, just giving proof that it's a real thing, right? Because people see, people go to stores, people go to like sites or whatever, and they just see like images, right? But if you genuinely show somebody the product, okay, it's real, So, but this social proof is different right here. The social proof under your benefits, what I like to do, because when you're selling something and like you're in the initial phases, you don't need like a complicated story. You really don't. So like under the benefits, I literally just put reviews, right? That's a form of social proof, is reviews, because coming from real people, right? And we'll just put rev, right? And what you want to do with your reviews, I see a lot of people do this. They just put which I don't understand why, but when they do reviews, they literally just put the words, right? And honestly, that's I wouldn't do that. You feel me? Because anybody could type anything, right? So, anybody could type anything. So if you're gonna do a review, I will put an image with whatever words you have. Like obviously you can AI your reviews. Everybody does it, but you want to put a picture with the reviews and then the text. Just so it builds, that social proof that the product is real. Real people have it. And this is what quote unquote they're saying, So do like that. And honestly, this right here, right? This right here is literally the structure that I use for all my sites. Obviously, like I said, if you use Shrine Theme, I haven't used Elixir Theme yet, but if you use Shrine Theme, you can easily, set this structure up. And then the last thing right here, subscriptions. This is just a ecom tip in general. When I'm selling stuff, I always try to look for subscriptions, right? Some kind of way to have recurring revenue for the product, because yeah, like I said, bro, I say it's like it's generally the easiest way to make money, bro. If you have subscriptions on your product, you're making that money every single month, and you don't have to spend on ads. You have more money to spend on ads if you want to, keep growing it, and it's just passive money, So as long as you're shipping a product, or say you got just like a club, like a VIP club, like literally anything that you can come up with to have subscriptions on your store, do it. You feel me? So those are the 5 things that I try to look for when I'm building stores. Keep it very simple, especially when you're just testing a store. You don't need to go crazy. Just set the structure up and see what happens. So I'm just right here. I'm gonna show you guys an example. This is probably one of my favorite dropshipping sites right now. The brand is called Gouda. We'll go over there. All right. I don't know. It's just some kind of like perfume or pheromone perfume. I don't know what it is, bro. But the reason why I like this, also we'll get into one more thing I didn't mention up here, right? One more thing. But this one doesn't directly come into what makes the site good, but it definitely does matter when you're trying to get some sales, right? But so just looking at the site right here, they do kind of follow that structure that I was talking about. Like you have your images, you have your text, whatever. Scroll down, you have this one. They did a little bit different, right? They have the pictures and they have videos for social proof, right? Obviously, like I said, I don't really use images for my first set of social proof, but they do, which that's fine. But you see, like they doubled it. Like they have the images with like the Facebook stuff, and then they also have the videos. And mind you, these aren't their actual reviews. These are just social proof reviews. So obviously they have like a little CTA here. Solid. Then you go down. Like I said, they have your benefits. This one, I think, yeah, they got a video plus the benefits. I like how they use the emoji benefits rather than just text, so you're able to fit more onto the actual spot. So go down again, and this one right here. Okay, so let me go down one more. So obviously, okay, so this is what I said. They did social proof, benefits, more social proof, and then FAQ, right? FAQ, that's just basic knowledge that you obviously want, FAQ on your site, right? But yeah, they're doing, social proof, benefits, social proof. Obviously, this could be more benefit wise, because obviously, it tells what the product does. And then more benefits. Obviously, this one is like kind of a comparison, against a competitor, which obviously that's good. But I was just going on like over like the basic, very, very basic, that what you need. But obviously, this is like a $1 million brand, so obviously, they're going more in depth on trying to get customers. And another CTA, and then here we are, some more social proof with the reviews, right? And obviously with the reviews, they're not just text reviews. They have videos, they have pictures, they have product images, all of that, So, and that's kind of how they finish out the site. All right. So a couple things here why I like this site. This is one of my favorite brands. Is I don't know if anybody noticed, but we got this right here. Buy once, no savings. They have a subscription right here. It's a good play subscription because it's not, it's not hidden, like it's there, but it's not there. Even like, like you gotta understand, right? Like it says, okay, it says a subscription. When you go to the product or you're going to check out, it says a subscription, but they're able to run subs on this product in a way that is not, it's not like scammy or nothing like that. Like they're literally just breaking down like, oh yeah, we have a subscription. They're pushing a subscription, but that's not the biggest thing. And then obviously the site itself is good. They have a lot of social proof. They're going like social proof benefits. Like you feel me? So like it goes back and forth, and not a lot of people do that because a lot of people that they put one social proof or two, they went crazy with the social proof, So that's one thing I do like about this too. I've seen clean colors, stuff like that. Obviously, if you wanted to make a site like this, what I would do is I would go into Claude and then have Claude recreate some sections. But for my product, I've done that in the past. I can show you guys like a video on that if you guys want to. But yeah, that's like the main thing. A lot of social proof, a lot of pushing the offer, and especially with this product because this is not a very common product. Not a lot of people know what this is. They're educating the customer on what the product actually is and what the product actually does. So if you're selling a product that's not very common, you may have to educate the customer on the site. I was selling a product that nobody ever heard of, 9 times out of 10. So I had to that was like one of the biggest things for me, like adding more, description of what the product is on the actual product page if people don't know what it is. Because if you're selling something that nobody knows what it is and you're being vague on your product page, it's not going to convert as good. So that's the one thing. And then going into the last thing is the offer, right? This one is going to really tie everything in. Oh my God, I'm going to rewrite this. Oh, this looks terrible, but it's whatever. So the biggest thing, offer, like I said, bro, offer is what's going to tie in your whole store. Offer, and we'll do plus urgency. We'll just do urge, right? So the reason why the offer plus urgency is so important is because when people are, when you're dropshipping, right, and you're just doing Facebook ads, you're doing TikTok ads, and people are clicking your ad and just expect it to buy or something like that, they're gonna need a push, right? Even if they have no urgency to buy now, if there's no urgency on the site, right? They're just like, oh, I'll just get it later. Oh, this or that, right? If you put a good offer, right? Look at their offer right here. We got buy one get one free, buy two get two free, buy three get two free, right? And then if you go to the top, they also have the offer going. They have a buy one get one free, 8 hours. Let's be real, everybody knows that. They just have a permanent buy one get one free. I checked this store out like 5 or 6 months ago, and they still, not 5 or 6, but like 3 months ago, and they still have the same offer going. So it's obviously, this is their plan, and their plan is to create some urgency, right? And you can do that by using a timer. You can use that by doing what they have right here. They say low stock, selling fast. Let me see if they have any other urgency on here. Oh, they have some at the bottom. I see it. Right here. Order within 8 hours and get it delivered free. All of this stuff is just building more urgency to get people to, have that pressure to buy, right? And then the other reason why the offer itself is so important is because if you sell a product with a good offer, you're going to get sales, right? So I break down like what my favorite offers are. I can do another site, or not another video, but obviously you do BOGO. I'm running that one right now. I don't know why I didn't do a BOGO on my other products when I first started, because I don't know. I was just like buy one, buy two, buy three. No, but if you do actual BOGO, people actually really like that, right? You know, that's a buy one get one free, buy one get one half off. A lot of times I do buy one get one free because it makes people think they're getting two of the same products, but in reality, I mean they are, but you know, but that's probably my favorite offer right now. The other offer I run two offers. I have a BOGO, and then we do or buy buy plus free gifts. Oh, this looks terrible. I don't know, bro. I'm not good at writing on a computer. That just looks bad. But okay, so you got buy whatever number that your product you're trying to sell them plus free gifts, right? And you know, I have to do an offer video. This isn't really an offer video, but the reason why I like this one, I'm like 50-50 between these two. Because what I do is with offers, I do buy plus get free gifts, and what I said was I do buy plus free gifts and I give them some crazy gifts, bro. Like some crazy stuff, bro. I be doing like $10 gift cards, $15 gift cards. But hear me out, right? The reason why I do that is because it creates the sense of them getting, you know, some money. You feel me? Like they're getting some money for the store just in case they ever want to buy it again. But most people don't ever buy again from a dropshipping store. So, you know, you kind of got them, right? They think they're getting a better deal than what they are. You know, it creates that urgency, creates the feeling of, oh, I'm getting a really good deal. Let's say I'll give you a $10 gift card. I'll give you you know, like an extra thing to go towards the actual product, and then I'll give you free shipping. All of that in one, you're really only losing like $1, and you're just creating some crazy value that drives people to buy. You know, that's just a little bit of offer. Right? We're not going to get into offer. I'll make an offer video for y'all, but that is just the cherry on top, bro. Having a great offer plus these 5 things. These are very base level. Obviously, you can go a whole lot more in depth, like, you know, us versus them, stuff like that. But this is just base level right here. If you do that, your site looks, you know, professional, not like just thrown together. Also, I use Shrine Theme. Some people use Elixir Theme. I just use Shrine Theme because, you know, I don't know how much Elixir Theme costs, but I just stick with Shrine Theme. If you're brand new, start with Shrine Theme and then work your way up. Don't use that basic Shopify theme. Just throwing that out there. It's no point. Right? Obviously, you know, it's not terrible, but you know, get Shrine Theme. You know, simple as that. You know, I'm sure you can find it, you know, somewhere out in the internet. And yeah, bro, that's gonna end it up, bro. If I did watch all the way through to the end, I really appreciate you guys because I don't know, the retention sometimes for the videos aren't the best, but if you did make it through, appreciate you guys. Like I said, if you got any questions, hit me on Instagram and I'll catch up with us.